Don't worry about what Gervonta is saying. Take all the PEDs that you want. If you are on steroids, take everything you need.
Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. And he was what? He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Do you think, Dr. Bletcher, do you think the reason why PEDs are so prominent is because they're still not testing for growth hormone quite yet?
Well, that's one, but there are many out there. I think the testing policies that are in place are really not designed to catch people yet.
When word leaked that Jake Paul allegedly failed a steroid test, the whole fight world erupted. And this wasn't just another Twitter rumor. It landed like a seismic blow. 4 years whispers have followed Jake about his freakish size and sudden knockout power. And now those whispers turned into a roar as analysts, veterans, and fans demanded answers. The conversation even spilled onto ESPN's First Take, where Stephen A. Smith and the panel brought in a sports science expert who dropped a chilling line. With the right backing, high-profile fighters might dodge testing systems. A thought that turned suspicion into a full-blown crisis and left everyone wondering if the biggest spectacle on the calendar was about to collapse.
Jake Paul. Yes, I think Jake Paul is on steroids. He has a very good team around him, and I think he's cycling.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money.
That one line sent the internet into frenzy. Because if Jake really did pop dirty, this wouldn't be a simple slip-up. It would be the smoking gun people have been waiting for. Not a one-off mistake, not a misunderstanding, but the validation of every rumor, every side eye. Every fighter who ever hinted Jake's rise was too fast and his body too perfect to be clean. For years, the whispers followed him. Now suddenly they aren't whispers anymore. They're accusations with teeth.
Speaking of bumps, right over it. Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be having to taking PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
no, I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
Because I was just wondering. I looked at your face, it looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox. You know, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all. Okay.
No, sir.
That's what I feel on PEDs? I don't care. You can be on horse tranquilizer steroids. You can get a whole new body from Walmart. You're still getting slept.
Even before this news broke, Floyd Mayweather had already foreshadowed this exact moment. Back when Jake was stacking wins over MMA legends like Anderson Silva and Nate Diaz, Floyd didn't hold back. He warned everyone that the hype train was moving too fast, that fans were crowning Jake a boxing prodigy without asking the real questions, like how he was suddenly out-muscling and outlasting seasoned fighters with decades of combat experience. Floyd never bought the YouTube grind fairy tale. He called it early, saying, when Jake starts facing real skilled fighters, the truth will come out. And now, with these steroid allegations in the air, Floyd's warning hits harder than any punch.
Back too, because the boxing media isn't reporting on anything these days. I wonder why. Has anybody else noticed this? Well, I actually did some digging and confirmed many members of the boxing media have been paid off by certain people and essentially muzzled. I mean, these are the facts.
Because look at the timeline. When Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley, fans started raising eyebrows immediately. Woodley, a former UFC world champion with real knockout power, landed clean shots that should have at least rattled Jake. But Jake barely reacted. He stood there like nothing happened. And people noticed. His frame looked almost too sculpted, too explosive for someone so new to combat sports. Even Woodley hinted afterward that something felt off, that Jake had a stamina, a strength, an energy that didn't add up. But back then, everyone laughed it off, called it excuses, called Woodley salty. Now, with these allegations surface level and growing louder, those same comments don't sound like excuses anymore. They sound like early warning signs everyone ignored.
Jake said that I snort cocaine, that I'm a cokehead. My rebuttal to that was, I'll tell you what, you can test me randomly for the next 5 years for cocaine if I can test you randomly for performance-enhancing drugs the next 2 years. And I never got a response on that.
Even Oscar de la Hoya couldn't keep his mouth shut on this one. The Golden Boy himself stepped in and basically said what insiders have been whispering for a long time. That the only reason Jake's steroid whispers never blew up sooner is because his camp allegedly kept the media quiet. According to Oscar, it wasn't that there were no rumors. It's that the right people were getting paid to look the other way. And hearing that from someone like De La Hoya, that wasn't just shade, that was a direct shot at Jake's entire operation.
Are you on performance-enhancing drugs?
If taking Viagra counts, then yes.
I'm gonna need a yes or a no.
No.
It's true.
Lucky you.
And let's not forget Dana White, Jake's loudest and most relentless critic from day one. Dana hasn't just thrown shade. He's practically waved a spotlight at Jake, calling him out for ducking true random drug testing. He's gone on record again and again, saying if Jake really wanted respect in combat sports, he would step up and submit to USADA testing like the real elite do. Dana even challenged him publicly, daring him to prove he's clean. And now, with these allegations circling, those old warnings suddenly sound less like trash talk and more like a prophecy coming true.
The contract with Jake Paul, which had everything in it but the kitchen sink, but he refused point blank to sign up to the drug testing people's ADA. Now, to me, that's very naughty because we're meant to be in a high-profile fight. What's going out being beamed all over the world.
Jake never accepted that challenge. Instead, he did what he always does, fired back on social media with jokes, memes, and distractions, turning the whole thing into entertainment instead of accountability. But now, with reports claiming he's popped positive, the narrative has flipped. Suddenly, those jokes don't land the same. And to millions watching, it looks like Dana White wasn't hating. He was predicting. This is the exact moment he's been warning the fight world about from the very beginning.
That's why I'm making this video. But can I say the same about Jake Paul? I don't know. People have got to make their own mind up. But in the press conference the other day, he won't remove his glasses. Now, eyes are telltale to everything. You know, he's grown a big beard, which people who understand what I'm talking about know where I'm coming from. I don't know. Leave it to them to make their own mind up. But what we're doing here is trying to enlighten people in the world today that it is illegal to use his steroids, and that's what he's doing to gain an edge. Well, I feel sorry for him.
Then there's John Fury, Tyson Fury's father, who's been sounding the alarm on this for years. Back when Jake fought Tommy Fury, John didn't mince a single word. He flat out said he didn't trust Jake and believed something shady was going on behind the scenes. According to him, Jake kept dancing around proper drug testing protocols, dodging questions every time they came up. In John's eyes, that wasn't confidence. That was someone acting like they had something to protect. Someone who didn't want the wrong sample taken at the wrong time. And now, with these reports surfacing, a lot of people are looking back at John Fury's warnings and thinking maybe he saw this coming long before anyone else did.
I think he's taking steroids. Yeah. I do. 100%. I'm willing to bet that. All the money that I have, I bet.
I've always had my suspicions, and
and dude, I'm not even sitting here being like, fuck him for that at all. This does make that clear.
Okay. I mean, but in combat sports,
what do you think? Do you think he is or he isn't?
I think he has for sure, but I don't know if he is currently.
Why would he not? If you know?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's looking in the mirror. He's in his bathroom. And he's like, Dylan, I'm gonna kill this. And he's like injecting his.
And now that the steroid headlines are everywhere, John Fury isn't shocked one bit. He's been saying from day one that Jake's physical transformation never looked natural. Not in that short a time. Not without decades of foundation and grind behind it. To him, this isn't new information. It's validation. In his mind, this is simply the truth finally catching up, and everyone else is just now seeing what he's been shouting about all along.
He's telling the truth. It was genuine. Not like Jake. When Jake's asked about roids, Woodley, I don't know. Have you seen it? And plus, Jake's head grew as much as mine did after roids. The pimples and like you. Jake,
I don't care. Regardless, I'm
Jake
curious.
aged like 10 years in a year.
I'm just
but get off the Anadrol, bro. Anadrol's destroying.
So you think Logan didn't take gear?
But the moment that really sent shockwaves through both the boxing scene and the entire fitness community was when Bradley Martin, one of the most respected names in bodybuilding and influencer culture, jumped in. And he didn't sugarcoat a thing. He looked straight into the camera and said flat out that there's absolutely no chance Jake Paul isn't on steroids. No hesitation, no diplomacy, just a blunt, matter-of-fact call out from someone who knows exactly what a natural body looks like and what it doesn't.
Or to ask Logan, what the fuck is your brother doing in the underworld in a basement? You know what I'm saying now? You know what I'm saying? His younger brother, Jake Paul, enters, and I've done that before, but not a breathing exercise with a psychic team that costs $1 million. He goes into a basement to enter a non-ordinary psychic, Freemasonic-like psychic state.
You're talking about the breathing.
You've seen coming from a guy who can spot a natural versus enhanced physique from a mile away. That statement hit hard. Bradley has spent decades training elite athletes, studying body mechanics, and understanding PED use inside and out. And in his view, Jake's level of muscle density, the way he recovers, and the stamina he shows in long training camps just don't add up for someone who only picked up boxing a few years ago. To him, those results aren't just impressive, they're physically unrealistic, without help, plain and simple.
How was training for something like this? Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, there's a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him. Bet.
And it
nothing.